You're sitting in your algebra course and the instructor asks you to explain how to tell when an equation is a function. You desperately scan your notebook searching for the answer, only to get lost in a jumble of random numbers, mysterious formulas, and sketchy graphs. Your page of notes resembles a scratch-off lottery ticket, complete with eraser shavings and doodles decorating the margins. What could you do differently to make your notes work for you? In this week's Study Strategies video, we'll introduce the Cornell note-taking method, named for Cornell University, where it started. While the average student may simply listen and record information, effective note-takers use a more systemic approach. The Cornell method provides a structure for organizing and mentally processing class notes in almost any course or subject. So, how do you get started with the Cornell method? Cornell Notes uses distinctive layout, so you'll first need to prepare your page. Fold a sheet of paper vertically to create two columns. The right column, which you'll label Notes, should be the widest, taking about 2/3 the width of the page. The left column, which you can label Review or Cues, should be narrower, taking about 1/3 the width. Leave a 2 or 3 inch strip at the bottom for summary. You might want to keep an inch or so at the top of the first page to write the course, lecture topic, or lesson objective, and the date. The Notes column on the right requires more space because that's where you'll be writing information during class. You'll need to capture as much relevant information as possible, so it makes sense to use abbreviations and symbols rather than sentences, as long as you'll be able to understand it later. But don't wait too much later. The Review column is where you begin to think about your notes by identifying cues or signals, such as key terms, main points, and potential questions you might expect on a test. These cues help you see importance and differentiate the types of information in your notes. In other words, you're beginning to sort out the jumble described in the opening scenario. It's a good idea to fill in your review column soon after making notes, while the information is fresh in your mind. Next, use the space remaining at the bottom of the page to summarize your notes. The process of condensing, restating, and explaining in your own words causes your brain to engage with the new information more deeply. Again, time is important, so make sure to write the summary the same day, before memory begins to fade. The Cornell note-taking method is useful because it provides a routine approach to taking notes. With an organized note-taking routine, you'll see your retention improve. Associating the notes in the right column with cues or signals on the left helps you classify information and sort it into meaningful, manageable categories. The act of retrieving information from notes and relating it to what you remember from the lecture or reading, combined with the summary at the end of the page, will affirm what you know and reveal what you should review further. Next time you're sitting in your algebra class for a new lecture, remember the Cornell Methods columns will help you relate key terms and concepts to their definitions and formulas. Using the Cornell method, you'll be able to answer your teacher's questions with confidence and avoid the panic of getting lost in those jumbled numbers, sketchy graphs, and mysterious formulas. Organizing and thinking about what you record in class will help you create notes that do work for you. You may be wondering, well, okay, so the Cornell method can help me in algebra class. What else can it do? If you recall, the Cornell method is flexible enough to work for almost any course or subject. In fact, it can also be used for reading assignments and watching videos, like this one. The key to applying the Cornell method is using it to organize new information as it's received and filter what you understand from what you don't, which is an important learning strategy. For those who aren't convinced the Cornell method can apply to any course, we've included links to 2 websites with examples of the Cornell note-taking method used in math and English, 2 courses many students see as opposites. Be sure to take a look at them when you have a chance. Also, follow the 3rd link to glance at what Cornell University says about Cornell Notes. The red button starts the module. Our next entry on study strategies, creating a study plan, will mark a pause in this series as we explore other skill sets for succeeding in college. Look out for it on this channel, Friday, May 21st. Thank you for watching. See you next time.